What's going on, money makers? This is Brandon Robinson, Director of National Investments here at Calvary Realty. Look us up on Google. We got 5 stars. Now, owning a self-storage facility is great, very good cash flow, very good profitable investment. However, there are times when you will need to evict the tenant who is not paying you rent. And oftentimes I come across new investors who are not familiar with the self-storage lien process. In this video, I'm going to give you a quick overview of the self-storage lien process. Let's jump into it. Now, the piece of legislation that governs storage eviction process is called the California Self-Storage Facility Act, and it can be found in the California Business and Professions Code, section 21700 through 21716. Under this code, a storage owner can take possession of a storage unit and sell a tenant's property in roughly 60 days. So I want you guys to keep this number in mind, 414. So 414 are 4 14-day periods in which a certain action must take place in order for you to sell a tenant's property. So the first 14-day period is the non-payment of rent. And this is a grace period that the tenant receives prior to being sent a preliminary lien notice. During this period, you should try to contact the tenant, send them a late notice, text them, email them, try to contact them to actually receive some form of payment before moving on to the preliminary lien notice. Second 14-day period. This is day 15 through 29. And this is when you will send the preliminary lien notice. Once a tenant is at least 14 consecutive days late, they have not tried to contact you, they have not made any form of payment, you as the owner can send what's called a preliminary lien notice to the tenant's last known address via certified mail. This notice will inform the tenant that they are late on their rent, it will inform them on the amount in which they owe, and the date in which their right to access the storage unit will be terminated unless the rent is paid in full. Now, if the tenant does not contact you within 14 days of you sending this notice, that is when you will move on to the next step, which is the notice of lien sale. Now, the notice of lien sale, this is the third 14-day period. And if the tenant has not responded, if they have not paid rent, you can now send them what's called a notice of lien sale to the tenant's last known address via certified mail. And at this point, this is when you as the owner have the legal right to lock the tenant out of their unit. Some people call this an overlock, a double lock. If the tenant has some type of keypad access, you can deny them access to even enter into the facility. Now, this notice of lien sale will inform the tenant that a lien will be placed on their property, and the property will be sold to satisfy the lien unless the tenant provides some declaration in opposition to the lien sale. Now, after that 14-day period, you can now move on to what's called the lien sale advertisement period. If the tenant has not paid rent or provided any type of opposition to the lien sale in writing, you can now advertise the lien sale once a week for 2 consecutive weeks in the newspaper of general circulation. So if you're in San Bernardino County, it could be the San Bernardino Sun. If you're in LA, it could be the LA Times. Now, the advertisement should include a description of the goods, the name of the tenant, and the name and location of the storage facility. Now, after you've done all of that and you've advertised in the paper once a week for 2 consecutive weeks, you can now legally repossess that unit and sell all of the items inside of that unit to satisfy your lien. So right at about day 60 or above, you can contact one of the storage auction companies, or you can decide to sell it yourself. Just depends on your preference. I know some owners who decide to conduct the lien sale themselves, and then other owners who use companies such as Storage Treasures, American Auctioneers, or SelfStorage or Auction.com to conduct the lien sale. Hopefully this video has given you some insight on the lien sale process here in California. If you'd like some additional information, I encourage you to go on the website and read the Self-Storage Facility Act for yourselves. If you're interested in buying or selling self-storage property, my firm would love to be of assistance. We have 5 stars on Google. Until next time, keep making money.